What if our solar map is incomplete? What if we've been missing a presence, silent, powerful, concealed, on the fringe of discovery? A world that lies beyond what we can see, a silent domain of unknown gravities, hidden masses and cosmic whispers. Could this be what some call Planet X? Time to scan the night skies here on Things Visible and Invisible. Marshall, the last time we spoke, you were giving us a very interesting backstory, I guess, to the whole Planet X Nemesis debate. Very intriguing stuff. However, rather than looking to the stars, your writings have focused very much on the year 2030, and it's not looking good. Marshall, talk to us about what you suggest is about to happen to us in 2030.
2030 is going to be a pole shift. It's also the end of our current solar cycle, by the way. But what happens is as Nemesis plunges downward through the northern skies, but then it wants to go back into the southern skies where it spends the vast majority of its 3,600 years. And that's the part that's problematic for us is where are we in relationship to Nemesis and its three major planets once it crosses up through the ecliptic and into the southern skies. Now, the last two documented flybys of this system, we call it the Nemesis mini constellation, was the flood of Noah and Exodus. In the flood of Noah, Earth and Nemesis were both on the same side of the sun when it crossed the ecliptic into the southern skies. With Exodus, which was a global disaster, and if you take the plagues of Exodus and reorder them in scientific form, they fit together like Legos. It's just perfect. Click, 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 click. And the difference, though, was during Exodus, when Nemesis was crossing into the southern skies, it was on the opposite side of the sun from Earth. Now, unfortunately, in 2030, when Nemesis does that transit, we're going to be on the same side of the sun, which means we're going to have a pole shift event. What happens is that there's a term I love to use. It was given to me by a British coal miner, and who said that he says coal mines are just not something that forms the way science says. He was really convinced of that, and he gave me this term, lithosphere lock. And that's really what happens. The gravitational pull of Nemesis locks on to the outer shell of our planet, the lithosphere. And as it's plunging southward, we're going to be going in an opposite direction, and it's going to cause the Earth to the lithosphere, the skin of the Earth, to shift. Now, Nemesis is already perturbing the Earth. In 1995, we started getting bombarded by a mysterious form of energy, which is what's coming from Nemesis. If you ever saw the movie 2012, that really picks up on that theme of there's something strange coming from the sun that causes the core of the Earth to heat up, and all of the disasters that you see in that movie played out. Now, it's already affecting us. The core of our planet is heating, and it's a little off center now as a result of it. So it's like you have an unbalanced load in your washing machine, and you know how it goes thump, 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 thump. Then you stop the machine, rebalance the load, and it goes fine. So Earth has been perturbed, And people will say, well, is there any proof of this happening somewhere else? Yes, in 2019, a NASA rover on planet Mars detected Mars quakes. And also now they have detected liquid water. And this was in a post that Elon Musk put up on X. So if you have a planet that everyone's telling us is a cold, dead planet, how come it has Mars quakes and liquid water? Well, the same thing that's affecting our planet is affecting Mars. It's this mysterious Nemesis energy. And we need to be particularly mindful of it because in 2030, the pole shift will occur and the skin of the planet, the lithosphere, is literally going to shift. Now, it'll be probably about 12 to 14 degrees. For people that are living in coastal areas, major bodies of water, not going to be a good time. Also, during the pole shift, all structures on the surface of the planet will sustain some measure of destruction, minor or light, and many will just fail completely. Hypervelocity winds, volcanic activity, earthquakes, sinkholes. It just creates a whole bunch of problems. And so this is, for us, it's a concern. If, as I last time we were talking about it, I told you NASA had first used the IRAS to observe Nemesis back in 1983. And if they had told us about it then, we would have a 90% survival rate for the planet. Right now, it's substantially much less than that because the information's been withheld. So for me, the emphasis is I see what's coming, I know, and how can I help those who care to get through it?
Okay, so Marshall, if this catastrophe is coming down the line in 2030, why would NASA or whoever, why would they suppress this information? Why would they not be trying to prepare us for something so catastrophic?
The information is suppressed because there is a globalist population agenda for genocide. They want to reduce the population to about 500,000,000. There's something called the Georgia Guidestones that were erected in Georgia in the 1980s. This was a satanic monument, and its first commandment was to keep the population of Earth below 500,000,000. It didn't say how we got there. Now, it has since been destroyed, but the message was clear. That was the plan. If all of these things, these disasters it's going to create, when it comes through, it's the perfect story for people who want to kill off a good portion of humanity. They say, look, this is not us. It's that big, ugly thing in the sky that's doing it. And they have a total walkaway because they've withheld the information from us and people cannot prepare. But next year, it's going to be omnipresent. We're not going to be having occasional observations because of you have to view near sunrise or sunset, and then you also have chemtrails and all kinds of other problems. But the first time I observed Nibiru, which is the outermost planet, was on December 26, 2012. And I got it from a live feed out of Costa Rica on the Turrialba volcano. So my emphasis right now is I am in it for the species. We got to take people one at a time. But folks, if we can't love our own species, who in the universe will? Okay, we have to help ourselves. And so I created a whole concept called win-win communities. We need to get people underground, at least 5 feet of earth cover so that this blocks radiation. And I designed a concept in my book, Win-Win Survival Handbook. And for folks that want to see what the concept is, break it down quickly, I have a site, domecommunity.org. And if we start building these things, we can save a lot of lives. Now, I will also tell you there are nations that are preparing for this. The Russians have built a massive amount of underground shelters for their population. And there's other countries, Sweden has a tremendous amount of underground bunkers. Over in America and elsewhere, you've heard of DUMBs, deep underground military bases. Mm-hmm. These are 2 miles underground. That's, I'm looking at what can the average guy do that's going to get you through 90 to 95% of the risks. I mean, if it's a big rock and it falls on your head, I don't care what you did. You're glass, all right?
But in a way, Marshall, the picture you paint is suitably apocalyptic. What would be the point of living underground? I mean, is the Earth going to be so changed that our civilization will be unrecognizable, according to your thesis?
Well, the Earth is going to change. We're going to have old lands are going to fall, new lands are going to rise. If you're in coastal areas, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be very good for you. If you're on if you have a main river coming in, you're talking about tsunamis that are going to run up the scene. Paris gets hit. London is going to get hit. There's all kinds of things that are going to happen with this. But if you have and the design is to create not only underground communities, but underground farming communities using aquaponics, advanced technology, everything that's off the shelf. Then people can get together and build these things and build them rapidly with what little time is available. Because if you haven't really done anything by late 2028 or into 2029, it's going to be pretty dicey. So we're in this last window of opportunity to build these communities underground where people can, even during the worst of the flyby and the pole shift, they are going to be producing fresh fruits, vegetables, and feeding themselves, feeding other people. A key thing that I say about the win-win communities is it's a standard farm model. You want to farm 10 times your own requirements. Well, what they'll be able to do is sell off their excess produce while things are normal. But once they go sideways, keep producing, but start sharing it with people in the communities around you. And so that you're no longer having to worry about folks want to come and take what you have. You are actually a lifeline to the people around you. And that's where your defense is going to come. So this is the whole concept of the Win-Win Survival Handbook.
Again, I'm not sure how feasible farming underground is, Marshall. What you're talking about is a civilization, a world that we've known somehow becoming subterranean, whereas, for example, crops, etc., they need the sun, presumably, to grow, etc. So how feasible is that for human beings to live underground for any period of time?
Well, actually, the idea for win-win came from an article that I read that there are people that got the subway system there in London, and they had some closed lines, and they were just empty tunnels, and they said, wow, this is great. And they set up underground aquaponic systems, and they're growing a lot of the fresh fruits and vegetables y'all are eating there in London. So that's what inspired this idea. And it's something where, if you're going to do it 2 miles underground, oh my God, that's years of engineering. But these are concrete domes. Concrete domes are very simple structures to build. They are the most durable period in the world. And with this, people can, even if you just got wheelbarrows and shovels, you can start doing something. You know, it's either you sit and you go, woe is us, we're all going to die. Woe is us, we're all going to die. Or you go, screw that, I'm going to do something about it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be people that are going to want to sing this, the sad song. And then there's going to be people that are going to say, hey, I care and I want to get through it. I want my family to survive, my friends, the folks I go to church with, the people I go to work with. We pull together and we'll save ourselves. And if we can have governance, good governance in the next few years, where frankly we have governments that aren't trying to destroy us, weaken us, and kill us, that will increase our survival odds exponentially. And I see it. I see the people in England are taking to the streets, but it's elsewhere here. There are big things that are happening. The little guy is going, enough of this cockamamie stuff. I am going to get out there and get my freedom and get my life and get going. Well, take that same kind of magnificent energy and throw it into building these communities. And there's all kinds of ways for people to help themselves. It's not about the technology. All of the technology in my book is off the shelf. I didn't want anything. You got to invent something new. That's risky. Everything. And in terms of how do you grow the food underneath, I learned what I learned from people who grow cannabis. It's the most finicky, difficult crop to grow if you're doing the really good pharmaceutical grade stuff that's for cancer patients, for example. And they really gave me all the insights. So my system says if you can grow cannabis, then you can grow virtually any fruit or vegetable anywhere in the world that you'll find in a farmer's market. Because when you're underground, you have complete control over the environment, which means you have continuous harvesting. All right. That's it. 24/7. You are producing plants.
Yep.
You're producing fish. You're doing all of this stuff. It's all in the book. I show people how to get set up, how to organize this around a church. I think churches are going to be the best ones. Small churches are going to have the best chance here of organizing. And it's doable. It's doable. But, you know,
On this, do you envisage that our future on this planet post 2030 will be underground?
well, no, we're going to be underground to survive the pole shift. And then there'll be a few years of a lot of microquake activity. Other things are happening as the planet settles down. And then life will resume on the surface. We're going to have all kinds of new opportunities. We're going to lose a lot of land, but we're going to gain a lot of land. And for example, there's this in Canada, there's a couple of provinces that want to join with America. Well, that would be great for America because after the pole shift, those are going to be really good new opportunities for setting up farming and setting up shop. But what we're going to learn out of this, that's going to be the most important driver, is that this will be the last survivable flyby. The next time that Nemesis comes around, some 3,600 lunar years from now or sooner, and I think it'd probably be maybe half that much, it'll be disastrous. And all life on the planet will cease to exist, including the cockroaches. And so after this goes, it's not about us living underground. It's about us waking up and saying, it's time to get the hell out of here. And we go to the stars. And that is going to be a magnificent thing. This is for the people that are going to do these kind of things like a win-win survival handbook that I talk about with concrete domes. It's going to have a pioneering culture effect. And the next generation of pioneers are going to be the ones that come out of this. So when we go and terraform Mars, they're going to want to get 1 million settlers on Mars. Well, the people that lived through this, because they were in their domes and they were pulling together with their neighbors, and it was everything. Surviving it's a real simple thing. Seán, it's not about holding on to things. It's about holding on to each other. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what I see after this, and who knows how many centuries down the line, but it's not going to be about 8 billion human beings. It's going to be about hundreds of billions of humans across the galaxy, and other races are going to know where the humans go, green grows. I see, after the pull ship, the opportunity for a fantastic leap forward for our species.
Well, that's a very positive note on which to draw this to a close. Marshall, tell people where they can find out more about you and the work that you're involved in.
Come to my website, yowusa.com. Watch my Nemesis video. You can, if you use marshallmasters.com, you'll go directly to it. Or if you're on X, just search for Marshall Masters, and I'm the guy with the blue check mark. You're on World USA, and there's just oodles of observation images for you there, and my Nemesis 2030 disaster video. It'll get you going, get you started quick.
Excellent. For now, Marshall, thank you so much for coming on Things Visible and Invisible.
Been my pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Things Visible and Invisible. We're dedicated to uncovering phenomena that challenge our understanding of reality, from ancient enigmas and paranormal encounters to scientific anomalies and forgotten histories. If you enjoyed this journey into the mysterious and unexplained, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell to stay updated on future explorations. Have a personal experience or story that aligns with our investigations? We'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at tvi.show and reach out through our contact form. While we can't feature every submission, we review them all, and your story might be featured in an upcoming episode. To support our continued investigations, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter or channel member. Your contributions make these explorations possible and give you access to exclusive content, early releases, and monthly behind-the-scenes discussions with our team. Don't forget to check out our merch store. We've got everything from TVI-branded t-shirts and hoodies to stickers and coffee mugs, perfect for showing your support while keeping the mysteries close. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time as we continue to explore the things visible and invisible.